folks, and have that. I am so sorry about that. We have Seirea with Ruff City here, and we still need. Do we need to cancel that incentive now?
So we can leave it open if you want until the end of the third stage, because I have many chances to activate the infinite weapon glitch that is allowed in any percent and not allowed in the no weapon glitch category. So we could technically leave it open for a bit longer if that's okay.
Okay, that'll work. And do remember, folks, this is a double back-to-back game stream from Seirea here. Please get your donations in and incentives, and there you go. Take it away.
Hey everybody, I'm Seirea. It's nice to be here. I'd like to extend my thanks to everybody putting this together and who have decided to have me in the marathon. This is a indie beat-em-up game called Ruff City. It's available on Steam right now for $3.99, and it seems like the exact type of game that should be featured on Carter Freak's channel. It's a very cute game with animals in it that beat each other up, but it's cartoonish. I don't know. It works for me. It's just kind of cute and very simple, straightforward. And we're gonna go ahead and get started with the new game. We're gonna do a single player speedrun, and we're starting off with the no weapon glitch category for now. But if you get some donations in soon, we might be able to show off a really, really effective weapon glitch before the run is done. And with that, we're gonna go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1, go. And, oh yep, my timer was going. Never mind, let's do it now. Let's do it live. There we go. There we go. So, simple beat 'em up here. We have a 3-hit attack, 3 punches, jab, jab, uppercut, and we're just going to be using that for most of the run to control our enemies. Crowd control, herd them together, and try to deal simultaneous hits. We have some really nice large hitboxes that we can use here, especially that big uppercut, which can kind of send enemies flying. You see, we also have a super meter on the top left. It's fully charged now, and that will give me the ability to do a long super spin kick. I'm not using it yet because I want to keep my enemies under control, and the super spin kick just kind of sends them all flying. So I want to keep them in front of me. Now we have weapons in play. Weapons deal way more damage than regular attacks. And that's why the infinite weapon glitch is incredibly effective if I'm able to activate it at some point during this run. If we ever meet that incentive during this run, feel free to let me know. But for now, I can just pick up these weapons with the pickup button, and you see how fast we mow them down? And you see how far away you have to be from one weapon to stop picking it up. This game isn't absolutely perfect, but it is really quite solid for just a really basic $4 game. I'm really impressed with it, and I highly recommend it for anybody looking for a simple beat-em-up experience. Now we're in a room with some horsies, and the moment they're activated, you see they send everybody flying all over the place, and this includes the player. So we're just kind of trying to work around those right now, and some enemies have things called pink attacks. This causes them to have a short invulnerability period. But some enemies can also just block on their own. Those tall tan dogs can do that. Like that, and that's just annoying. That's just purely luck-based. There's not that much you can do. We have a blocking ability as well. I'm not going to be really doing it that often, although maybe I should right now because I'm kind of getting beaten up here. We got some pugs, we got the tan dogs, we have these wolf enemies. They're all wearing these jackets. They're a part of a gang called the Hound, which our main character, Lucky, was also a part of, but no longer is. But something precious was taken from him, and he's returning to the city in order to try to get it back from this gang. And now we're fighting Pugma. This is the first stage boss. Every stage has an end boss. I'm gonna try to coax her against this wall and get her stuck, just like that. This stops her from doing her next move for a while. You try to get bosses stuck as often as possible so you can just keep wailing on them. That was perfect. And now I'm using my super spin kick. Not only does it deal a lot of damage, but it also grants us invincibility while it's active. We have a long version of that super, which activates when the bar is full, and we also have a short version of the super. Both versions grant you invulnerability. So I'm going to use the short super here to try and get around that attack. Actually, my bar had just filled up at that point, so I was able to easily dodge that attack. All bosses, well, almost all bosses, have a set of 3 different moves that they're going to alternate between. And Pugma is no exception, and there she goes. So, if we had been able to bring in the infinite weapon to that fight, it would have gone a lot faster, but still we were able to keep her under control and just keep dealing a lot of hits at all times. Catching her against that wall was a huge deal. And now we are in stage 2, and we have a couple of new enemy types to deal with. That first one you just saw, I call them the tank enemy. They are a massive problem, because even though they might be big and slow, they're still very unwieldy and dodgy, and they can cost you a lot of time in very annoying ways. But in this beginning part of this stage, you at least can spend the beginning of these slow spawns getting in position to get behind them, because you can only hit them from behind. And they're some of the cutest enemies to me. I just love their facial expressions, that grin, that mischievous grin they have on their face when they come in. And of course, this is a game with violence inherent to its genre, and it's a little sad to hear the dog pain noises, but again, this is an unassuming game that's really confident in its tone, and all of it really works for me. I think that it's just got a warm energy. It just wants to be a cute game about animals. And I think it does that quite well, while also being very fun to play. We've got our second new enemy type in this stage, the kitties. They have that rolling attack, which can interrupt things and just send them flying all over the place. That's fine, mostly, because it usually sends them toward you, but in some other stages, it can get them off the screen so you can't hit them anymore. And also, as you can see, in this part of the stage, we have trains coming at us. Those knock everybody all over the screen when they contact them, and they can also desynchronize some of the enemies. Like this next phase, I really need a train to not hit the tanks on the left, and it hit the tanks on the left. Okay, they still stayed together though, so I could keep them right there for a long super, so that went just fine. The train didn't completely desynchronize them at the worst time. And now we finish off this part of the level with some cats, and you see that attack just brought that cat to me, so it's not that big of a deal. And we are headed into the second boss here. I'll let you get a look at him for yourself before I spoil it. This is Jim the Gym Rat. It took me a long time to get that joke. He has, again, 3 different main attacks that he's going to alternate between. He starts off with the jump rope attack every time, and he goes into the push-up attack, and if we get lucky, he'll actually not do his third move, and he'll go back to the jump rope attack, but unfortunately he did not that time. I forgot to start off with my long super kick, which is a little weird, but now I can just use it here, deal a ton of damage, and then actually that will allow us to refill our super meter by blocking his attack, so we can just do it here too. Because blocking refills your super meter faster, as well as dealing damage with attacks. So this is another pretty basic boss fight. We can use our short super here to dodge damage from his dashing attack while dealing damage. The short supers and the long supers both are extremely useful for dodging damage while dealing damage. Using them can really change things. Can really help for speedrunning and for casual play. And I whiffed that jab, that's annoying, that's okay. Oh, and I missed the short super, and so that still took it away, so I can't do it anymore. I just got bodied. My bad, sorry. That was a little bit messy, but it's okay. You see that trash bin up there? Even if we take a ton of damage, we'll be able to break that open, and there will be some dog food in there so we can restore our health. We won't be in too much danger throughout this run at all. There, I used the short super. Dog food. Lovely. Short super. Jump rope attack. So, pretty basic, he's just going to alternate between his 3 moves, and when you get to the second half of the boss fight, they speed up, and he's down. So, a lot of the boss fights, it's just that dance of trying to avoid damage and deal as much damage as soon as possible. We've got this stage here, the 3rd stage, with my favorite music in the game. We're going to try to stay near this food zone entrance here, because this is where most of the spawns in the beginning portion will be happening. We've got another new enemy type, these birds. If they get desynchronized, things are a problem. But they're also, I find them really fun to fight. It's a great way to make use of your jumping attack, which has the... I'm getting destroyed. This is unbelievably bad. Oh my goodness. Okay, there is food in this room, but it's a little ways away, and now I have access to it. There's a bone as well. I actually have to go get this right now. This is now what I call a slot machine part of this room, because this is the only part of the game where every enemy in the game can spawn at random. And we've got a lot of birds here, that's fine. I'm hoping to not see a tank spawn late in this sequence, because they take the most hits to take out. There's a late tank, what do you know? Oh, and there's another one, what do you know? So there's their long pink attack. Anytime they launch into that, you're kind of just having to sit there and wait. And there is the newest enemy type that just spawned in for the first time, and I got unlucky with the unluckies. Only 2 of them spawned together, and the third one spawned way away and just kind of moseyed on in. So that was not a lucky end to that. They can spawn all together, and you can take them all out at the same time with 1 super kick. But whatever, that was a really weird first part of stage 3, but that was about as badly as things can go in most cases, and you're not going to be hurting that much. Even if I had completely died there, I would have just been able to continue right from that same place, and it only would have been about a 30-second time loss. And so we're starting off stage 3 here, more of the same, trying to do crowd control, try and herd enemies together, try and let this tank mosey in and have fun and just end that attack so I can actually deal damage. He spawned in with his back facing the wall, so I couldn't really do anything about his spawn. Yeah, I'll pick this up, sure. I won't be able to make use of it later anyway. Now we've got more phases coming up. This will be the last time that I can make use of the infinite weapon glitch. And here's another fun glitch. I'm just gonna leave him there for a while because it looks funny. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. Aw. Anyway, this will be coming up the last time I can use the infinite weapon glitch. Right here, because this is the last time I'll have a weapon on the field with pugs on the stage. And if the pugs interrupt me while I'm dealing damage, it will cause the game to get confused. So, have we met the donation? I will ask.
We have not, unfortunately.
Okay, that's alright. So I'll just leave this weapon here, I'm gonna bring it with me, and I'm gonna do glitchless strats. I'm going to block here to drop it on the floor and just leave it there. We're gonna fight the way God intended, with all weapons breaking. And now my super meter is full, so I'm gonna let these 2 unluckies come together.
Never mind.
There we go. And now we've got a
just
normal
got a
weapon. I brought it
donation.
over here. And so we can at least... Oh, I have to go a little bit lower, or else the boss sequence doesn't actually start.
Are you still able to do it?
Sorry? Oh, did it just get met?
Yeah, it just got met. Like, literally.
Just barely too late, unfortunately. That was the last opportunity in the game to be able to activate the glitch, unfortunately. But thank you all so much for your donations. That's amazing. Maybe we could... Oh, shoot. I just completely messed up my timing there with the super attack. Maybe I can do a very quick showcase where I can start a new game and show you at least what it looks like really quick to reward people for their donations. Thank you so much, everybody.
I will check with Carter for that. But the donation was from Jade Peruda. I hope I got the name right. For $100.
What? Oh, Jades. Thank you so much. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. That's awesome. I will definitely, if we have the time, I will definitely try to see if we can show that off really quick for you. And so this attack right here is really important. I start off the first half of that attack dancing around those falling barrels. Those are instant knockdowns. And so I try to leave myself undamaged long enough to be able to use my super attack for the second half of that, which automatically lets me deal damage. So here we go. This phase is starting with this attack. I'm still trying to deal damage while dancing around. There we go. That's that boss fight done. That's the third boss. And now we head into the final level. And there are weapons in this level, and there are pugs in this level, but you don't really get a chance to activate the glitch because... I mean, I can activate it possibly in the elevator. Actually, no, because I don't think pugs are actually around when weapons are available, so I don't think I am going to have the chance. That's okay. We'll see if I can show it off really quick after the end. I'm going to focus on the pugs. Sorry?
Carter just said it's okay since since the incident was met just barely after.
Okay. Alright, so we'll show it off after the run. That was a simple first room. I tried to focus on the pugs on the left to spawn the second unlucky so I could get them together for my long super. And now we've got more trying to fight cleanly here. We've got more birds spawning in, just hoping enemies come together, hoping they all get hit by the same hitboxes. I'm getting hit a lot by their projectiles. There we go, they ran straight into me, and now I've got my long super charged, so I can use it against these unluckies. So I can't use it for a little while, which is a bit of a problem because we've got two really difficult spawns coming up. Hello, tanks! There's another one, and they're just barely too far apart, so I can't really deal with them at the same time. I just have to wait for this guy to have fun. It's okay. I don't have to be the only one having fun here. I'd like to imagine that everybody's having fun. Like, we're coming up on a River City Ransom game where I'm pretty sure violence is the way that, like, it's the only way that people there have fun. Maybe
and we do have an incentive on that.
It's their love language.
We do have an incentive for River City Ransom coming up. It's at $0 out of 50 per fight principal Abobo. Any of the Double Dragon fans will know Abobo.
Yep. And, man, it's just so heartwarming to see Abobo's second life as a school principal, helping out the kids, teaching them about life, in the only way he knows how. And now we've got a lift section, because every beat-em-up has to have one of those. This is the worst part of the lift section right here, because, again, we've got tanks coming in, and their hitboxes don't spawn in until they reach a certain part of the stage. That was a very lucky sequence there. They both came straight in so I could hit them early, and they didn't turn around at really odd times. Now I'm going to let these unluckies come in. I'm going to let their hitboxes get a chance to spawn. Same with this last one. You just have to wait for him to mosey in, use this weapon against him, and then we go into the final room. If I actually hit the up button. There we go. Okay, and the final boss is Tiny Corgi. Let's go. We have to try to 3-cycle him, because look at how long a waiting cycle is for this attack. Okay, I dealt with quite a... Oh my goodness, I'm getting absolutely mangled. If you get caught in a corner there, you see what happens. I'm going to use my super. That should be good for a 3-cycle. Looking good. I tried to use the end of my attack to open up the dog food. It's okay. I'm probably going to need it later. Now, coming up, the final form of the final boss. Oh no, he's hot. Here we go. Now I have to really try to play my best here, because this is the only boss form in the game where you don't have to wait for anything. And I'm going to use my super attack during that move, that grabby move. Especially when he gets into the second part of this phase, that move becomes impossible to dodge with anything other than a super attack. I'm going to use my short super this time. Perfect. So that's the only way you can dodge it in the second part of this fight. I'm also going to dance around that spinning move to try to avoid damage while dealing damage. And here we're in the second part of the fight. I'm going to avoid it with that. So it's just, this is really the boss fight where it's all player execution. There we go. That's another dodge with the short super. There we go. Pretty simple. You just got to get the hang of this. Now we can use our long super. Much easier to deal that attack. And time. That is the game. That is Ruff City all the way through. 4 simple levels. 4 simple bosses. Just a nice experience. The difficulty curve is legitimately challenging at the beginning. When you're first playing it, I took a lot of deaths. And truth be told, I've only been playing this game for a month. I played it for the first time September 5th or something, and it's just so nice to pick up. It feels really natural. Sometimes your movement can get stuck. It's something you can work around. The weapon pickups and stuff can be a little weird, but basically everything that feels janky, you can work around. And I do, again, highly recommend it. It's just a really cute game. Thank you to all the developers, everybody who worked on this. And now, really quick, I'm going to try to show off the infinite weapon glitch and how awesome it looks. So we're just going to start a new game, and this first stage gives you the most opportunities to activate it. So if I don't get it right away, we'll have many chances. That is a lot of blocking by our friend Rocket here. Or no, Rocket is the raccoon, because of course Rocket is the raccoon. Sometimes the bystanders are saying things to you, sometimes the enemies are saying things to you. There are just so many cute little details. You've got, like, the people watching in the background in the cones of shame. The raccoon with a fanny pack. Let's avoid that pink attack, just to practice not dropping a weapon, because I'm hopefully going to be activating it soon. There we go, the weapons are coming up. I'm going to leave them sitting on the floor this time. I want to save them for the glitch. And now, again, we're going to be hoping for the pugs here. I'm going to try to wait for a specific moment when it... Whoops! When it throws the projectile, I'm going to try to deal damage and get hit at the same time. That might have done it. I'm going to try again. They are swarming me. Oh, no. Okay, it's okay. We're going to have more pugs if that didn't work. But it did. We now have an infinite weapon. They're supposed to break after 8 strikes. It has now been more than 8 strikes. Let's do this room again. This room took a while with me having to kind of avoid the horsies and everything. I'm still definitely going to, because the instant you drop a weapon, the glitch is no longer active, so we're gonna have to be careful here. And the horsies can make me drop the weapon, so I'm just gonna let everybody come over. Boom, 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 boom. Look at how fast I'm mowing them down. Boom, 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 boom. On we go. This is the infinite weapon glitch. I discovered this by accident on my first play session, so it can just sort of happen on its own without you trying, but then once I tried to lab it out and figure it out, it took me a long time to actually be able to start to get it consistently. Developers, if you're watching this, I encourage you to leave it in, because it's not that easy to get unintentionally, and it just makes the game even more fun. Let's try and get her stuck against the wall. No, she didn't come far enough. That's a shame. Okay, now she's stuck. Dealing so much more damage, and she's still stuck. The poor thing! That's it for Pugma. My goodness, that's the infinite weapon glitch. Thank you so much for that incentive. Thank you for meeting that, everybody. Thank you all for your donations. I hope you've been enjoying the marathon so far. That is all I've got for you for Ruff City right now. And I'll be back in a few minutes with another beat-em-up type game. We've got River City Ransom Underground. I'll leave it for any comments the hosts might have. Thank you so much. Hope you all enjoyed that.
Thank you very much, Seirea. We have still got incentives that we need to have met. We have coming up with Seirea, River City Ransom, Underground, Fight Principal Abobo. We have Ultimate 3, Exodus, Kill Lord British, with 0 of $50 on it. And trust me, that is so much fun to watch. Metroid Dread, Lake Gravity Suit, which is 0 out of $50. We have Mega Man 2 Randomizer, use the secret character. I really suggest that one. That's wink wink. 0 of $50 as well. Super Castlevania 4, upgrade to hard mode, $10 out of $50. Bucky O'Hare, upgrade to hard mode, 0 out of 50, and that's up for our incentives. We do have some polls for Chip and Dale, choosing which character you play. Donkey Kong Country 2, Swag Stats Bid War was done, so those are done. Alright, Mega Man 10, Character Bid War, Mega Man or Bass. And Super Metroid, Save or Kill the Animals. Save is currently leading by a lot at $504 versus Kill, which is $20. And with that, please